Ever met someone who thinks the law doesn't apply to them? Wait till you hear how this arrogant Karen got the shock of her life when the police finally stepped in. It started like any ordinary day on a quiet suburban street, until one woman decided that the rules simply didn't apply to her. Everyone in the neighborhood knew Karen, the type who believed her opinion was law, and everyone else's life was her business for months. She'd parked her car across other people's driveways, yelled at delivery drivers, and even tore down community notices that she didn't like. When confronted, her response was always the same: "You can't tell me what to do. I know people in the council." But that arrogance was about to catch up with her in a way she'd never imagined. One evening, Karen blocked the entire street while hosting a loud garden party. Cars couldn't get through, emergency lanes were blocked, and when neighbors politely asked her to move, she laughed in their faces. "It's public property. I can do what I want," she said smugly. By the time the noise reached unbearable levels, someone finally called the police. And that's when the real show began. When the officers arrived, Karen immediately switched into her authority mode. She stormed toward them, arms crossed, demanding to know who called. "This is harassment," she yelled. "I pay my taxes. I know my rights." But the officers weren't impressed. Calmly, they asked for her ID and explained that she was obstructing a public road, violating noise regulations, and refusing lawful instructions. Her confidence began to crack. Still, she doubled down, refusing to hand over her license, insisting they had no jurisdiction. One of the officers quietly radioed for backup. Within minutes, 2 more patrol cars pulled up. The crowd, watching from their porches, went silent. When Karen realized she wasn't in control anymore, she tried to walk back into her house. That's when an officer stepped forward and stopped her. "Ma'am, you're being detained for obstruction and disorderly conduct." Her jaw dropped. "You can't do that," she screamed. "I'm friends with the mayor." But the officers simply read her rights. In front of the entire neighborhood she had terrorized for months. The moment they escorted her to the patrol car, the street erupted in quiet satisfaction. People didn't cheer, they just stood in silence, watching justice finally catch up. Later that week, Karen was fined, given a community order, and required to issue a written apology to every resident on the street. Since then, she's kept to herself. No more loud parties, no more blocking driveways, no more pretending the rules don't apply to her. Sometimes karma doesn't come slowly. It arrives with flashing blue lights and a firm voice saying, "Ma'am, you're under arrest."